Real conflicts. William and Harry under the spotlight's pressure. King Charles's eldest son, Prince William, is next in line for the throne, leaving his brother Harry somewhat in the shadows. When it comes to Prince Harry, there's undeniably a deep bond between the brothers. Harry was always the fun one, the life of the party, and someone you could rely on in tough times. If Harry was around, you knew help was on its way. William likely thought the same despite the strong bond they shared throughout their childhood. But the pressures of the crown have widened the gap between the two brothers as they grew up. The strain of royal expectations has inevitably impacted their relationship. Various media interviews, book releases, and revelations about the royal family have shaken their bond. Things that were never meant to be discussed openly were brought to light, leaving many in shock. Trust is the most vital asset for the royal family, and once it's lost, it's incredibly challenging to regain. As King Charles III takes the throne, he faces the task of modernizing the monarchy. This includes streamlining the number of working royals and ensuring that future generations receive the recognition they deserve. As crowds gathered outside Buckingham Palace, anxiously waiting for news of the royal birth, the announcement finally came at 10:25 p.m. George Pinker, the Queen's gynecologist, and other doctors attended to Princess Diana during the birth. The crowd erupted in cheers as they learned of the new heir. Diana's public popularity soared even higher when she gave birth to Prince William. The nation adored her more than ever, especially when they saw the heartwarming images of Prince William with Prince Charles. It melted even the toughest hearts across the country and sparked a nationwide celebration. The next day, as the press gathered, an unexpected volley of water balloons came flying down from the cliffs. The press found it hilarious, and it became one of the most iconic moments of that trip. William's idea brought laughter and a sense of playfulness to the group, including his mom, who was happily enjoying herself on the beach. By the late 80s, however, the marriage between Charles and Diana was falling apart. Prime Minister John Major officially announced their separation, and Diana took it upon herself to break the news to William and Harry. Driving herself to Lock Grove School, she told the boys about the separation. Harry, being younger, took the news in stride, while William, ever the patient one, told his mom, "If this makes you happy, then it's the right thing to do." In another unprecedented move, Diana gave a secret interview to Martin Bashir on Panorama. She informed William about it a few days in advance. The weight of his mother's revelation strained their relationship. William felt betrayed, saying he would never forgive her for what she had done. Diana's death was a devastating blow to the young princes. On their last holiday together, Diana had called them to say goodbye before their return to school. Busy playing games, they hurried through the call, unaware it would be their final conversation with their mother. I remember the day William and Harry returned to Kensington Palace after their mother's death. William shook my hand, asking if I was okay. I replied, "I'm fine, thank you." Harry, on the other hand, ran down the hallway and embraced me, burying his head in my shoulder. My heart broke. Their grief echoed across the world as people watched the funeral. In the aftermath, the brothers' bond deepened even more. William had a traditional aristocratic upbringing, cared for by nannies. His parents, especially Diana, were modern in their approach to parenting, but still retained elements of aristocracy. William spent most of his early years with his nannies. Music. I had known William and Harry since they were born. I even changed their diapers. They called me Uncle Paul, and I watched them grow up with pride. They were truly lovely children. For Diana, becoming a mother was a challenge, but being a first-time mother within the confines of the royal family was even harder. Managing everything within the walls of Kensington Palace took a toll on her. Diana hired a nanny for William, but she was often paranoid about the influences on her growing children. Having experienced a deep sense of loss when she was only 6, Diana was possessive of her children, fearing they might feel unloved or abandoned. When she noticed that the nanny she had hired, Barbara Barnes, had developed a strong bond with William, Diana felt threatened. Finding a flimsy excuse, she let Barbara go, leaving William distraught. This sudden change was a turning point for young William. From an outgoing child, he became more reserved. No one explained to him what had happened, and he never saw Barbara again. The feeling of abandonment stayed with him, an experience that shaped his personality. Despite these challenges, William found joy in the simple things. He loved to laugh, tell jokes, and cuddle up with his mother and brother to watch TV and play games. They were the center of Diana's world. I was lucky to accompany Diana and the boys to Richard Branson's Necker Island. It was a time of relaxation and fun. William, always the schemer, overheard our discussions about activities and had a brilliant idea. With a mischievous grin, he said, "What if we shoot water balloons at the press?" I chuckled and told him to run it by his mom. Diana, almost instantly, turned to me with a mischievous twinkle in her